Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A missing Rockford woman is found dead in another state. Investigators arrest the state line man they say is responsible. A pair of Rockford entrepreneurs have expanded their business over the years and throughout the pandemic. The owners explain how they hope the community benefits. Plus, a drive-through toy drive ensures local kids in need get the Christmas they deserve. Organizers even enlisted the help of Santa's special helper to get the job done. Good evening, I'm Eric Wilson. Mimi Murphy is off tonight. A missing Rockford woman is found dead in Gary, Indiana. Police arrested 40-year-old Brandon Bagnuolo of Poplar Grove. They say he killed Leanne Correa Rios. Investigators tell us Bagnuolo had a relationship with the victim. We told you last month Correa Rios was reported missing. Bagnuolo is currently in custody on unrelated charges. He's accused of first-degree murder. Rockford police are investigating a pair of shootings that left 2 people dead over the weekend. The latest happened around 8 Sunday night on Teal Lane. That's near North Rockton and Riverside. Investigators found a 56-year-old man at the scene, shot several times. He was rushed to a local hospital. That's where he was pronounced dead. Just 7 hours earlier, another shooting took place on Broadway near South 6th Street. There, investigators discovered a 29-year-old man suffering from life-threatening gunshot wounds. That victim was also taken to a local hospital where he died. RPD says the 2 shootings are not linked. If you have any information about either incident, call Rockford Police or Crime Stoppers. Police in Janesville are searching for 2 people involved in an armed robbery that sent a store clerk to the hospital. This happened Saturday night just before 8:30 at a shop on Jackson Street right off Delavan Drive. Investigators say a man and a woman entered the store and displayed a handgun, which they used to hit that employee in the head. The suspects stole money and the clerk's cell phone. Police say the man was wearing a red Psycho Bunny hat you see there in that picture. If you have information about where these 2 might be or who they are, contact Janesville PD or Crime Stoppers. Chicago's top attorney has stepped down. The decision comes amid backlash after a botched police raid last year and the city's response was brought to light by the release of body camera footage showing what happened to Anjanette Young in her own home. Police knocked down her door as she shouted that they had the wrong house. The suspect was actually in the house next door. They arrested Young without letting her get dressed. Corporation Counsel Mark Flesner had been under pressure to quit for the past 6 months. Mayor Lori Lightfoot accepted his resignation yesterday. Illinois health officials report more than 4,600 new coronavirus cases over the last 24 hours. That brings the state case total to over 905,000 positives since the start of the pandemic. Data show an additional 98 lives were lost, including a Stevenson County woman in her 90s. Illinois' death toll now stands at just over 15,300 as of last night. Nearly 4,500 COVID patients were in hospitals across Illinois. A state-line health system's neonatal unit reaches a significant milestone. Mercy Health's NICU at Javon Bay Hospital Riverside has been serving high-risk infants and mothers for 50 years. The program was first developed in December 1970. What started as a 10-bed nursery has grown to more than 50 beds, featuring private rooms and a Level 3 regional perinatal center. The program's cared for more than 20,000 babies since it opened. It all started with one food truck that only sold tacos, but the owners of Olivo Taco have something new to share. Michelle Rave joins us now to tell us, Michelle, they really wanted to do something fun for the community, right?
Yes, they did, Eric. From a popular food truck to opening a brick-and-mortar restaurant to a new store and now an ice skating rink, the pandemic is not slowing down a pair of brothers whose faces are known for tacos.
Chances are you've seen one of these around town.
3 tacos for $5. Something reasonable, good, fulfilling, and it's positive for people to come in. They see the faces, they're like, oh, that's funny, and that's the attention we want to get.
Mo and Saeed Zatar are brothers who opened Olivo Taco back in 2008. What started off as selling tacos from a truck has expanded.
At that moment, me and my brother decided, like, what else can we do, how we can grow this to bring more positive to the community.
This year, in the midst of a pandemic, the duo opened Olivo Doorbuster at Forest Plaza.
On Fridays, everything's $10. You can find a TV for $10, or you can find a toy that's $10.
But they felt the community needed something more.
From that time, we decided, what else can we bring for the holidays and we thought of the ice skating rink.
Matt Guglielmo believes the ice rink will bring some much-needed socially distant family fun.
So they'll have their food truck, which has been on the property anyways, but now it's going to be right next to the ice rink. We've got a lot of outdoor seating that we're bringing in, some fire pits, a curling rink.
Zatar is thankful for the support they've gotten.
Without the community and without the support that we get from the community, it's not, we will never get to where we are. A lot of people could have food trucks, a lot of people could have ice skating rinks, doorbusters, Olivo doorbuster, but if you don't have that support from the community and show the positive to them, it could fade away.
And it seems like there's no stopping these brothers, telling me they have plans for something in the works this summer. The ice rink is set to open on Wednesday at 11 a.m. You can find those details on mystateline.com.
Thank you, Michelle. Rockford Symphony Orchestra meets a fundraising goal and then some. More than 100 community members raised $100,000 for the Larson Legacy Campaign, only to have that money matched by the RSO Foundation. The check was presented to RSO Music Director Steve Larson earlier this month. Larson's set to retire at the end of the season after 30 years directing. The Legacy Campaign has an overall goal of $500,000 to create resources for the next music director that wouldn't be readily available in the wake of the pandemic. Rockford's police and fire departments will go head-to-head for the annual Battle of the Bells. The annual competition challenges first responders with raising money for the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. This year, because of the pandemic, police and fire will collect donations online to see which department can raise the most money. You're watching video from last year's event. Find the link to donate in this story over at mystateline.com. A local healthcare company makes sure hundreds of State Line kids have toys to unwrap this Christmas. Molina Healthcare, Rockford Today Network, and United Way hosted a drive-through toy giveaway in the Midtown District this afternoon. 200 gift bags full of toys and snacks were handed out for kids ranging from toddlers to teenagers. Organizers say the need is greater this season than in years past.
There's a big need in the community, is a big void we're trying to fill with making sure that the children have a safe Christmas, and this was definitely a way to get them some more, goodies that they may have not gotten before.
Santa's special helper, Rockford Police Chief Dan O'Shea, handed out some of those toys. President-elect Joe Biden received his first COVID-19 vaccination at a hospital in Newark, Delaware this afternoon. This comes at a time when the death toll from the coronavirus in the United States is approaching 320,000. Biden aims to have 100 million vaccine shots available in the first 100 days of his administration. He thanked healthcare professionals for all they've done during the pandemic. Vice President Mike Pence, Second Lady Karen Pence, and Surgeon General Jerome Adams also received their initial vaccination shots last week. Lawmakers finished a massive $900 billion COVID relief package today. It's designed to help Americans during the pandemic. Democrats say this won't be the last one. Raquel Martin's keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
It's a bridge into the new year.
Michigan Democratic Senator Debbie Stabenow says Congress is finally throwing millions of Americans another lifeline.
We really have a hunger crisis right now. All you have to do is look at folks sitting in their cars waiting hours to get a box of food.
After months of gridlock, Democrats and Republicans have finally agreed on a $900 billion emergency COVID relief package. The plan extends unemployment benefits and expands food assistance. It also includes billions for small businesses, schools, and vaccine distribution.
There's lots of wins in there.
Kansas Republican Congressman and doctor Roger Marshall says reaching a deal was truly a matter of life and death.
I think that this is a bridge to get us through the middle of March.
On the Senate floor, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell blamed Democrats for the delay.
Senate Republicans have been trying since July to get more targeted bipartisan relief.
But Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley says the bill's target is off and slammed both sides for settling on just $600 direct stimulus checks.
$20 billion for higher education, and yet we cannot find any further funds to help working people.
This experience this year was disappointing in some respects.
Illinois Democratic Senator Dick Durbin says the smaller package will meet Americans' needs for now, but
we have more work to be done.
Democrats say they will work to pass another relief package in the early days of the new Biden administration. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
The Treasury Secretary says those who qualify for the $600 checks will receive them as early as next week.
Now your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Doom.
Temperatures across much of the area have reached the middle to even upper 40s for this first day of winter. Now they're just a little bit cooler in the upper 30s and lower 40s. Still at 42 degrees here in Rockford, 39 in Rochelle, and 38 for a current temperature out in Freeport. But we are seeing a bit of a wind chill out there because it's been quite a breezy day. We're still seeing sustained wind speeds north of 20 miles an hour in several areas. Gusts today have been nearing 40 miles an hour throughout the day. In fact, a wind advisory is in effect for Joe Davies County. That is in effect until 6 o'clock this evening. Looks like that may have been canceled by the National Weather Service. We'll give you an update on that later on. Here's a live look over downtown Rockford using a Mercial Skytrack, where conditions are pretty quiet right now. We're just seeing some cloudy skies overhead for the time being. It's time for some more viewer holiday photos. Our friend Nicole caught this picture of her husky puppy sitting underneath her Christmas tree. Our other friend Nicole said she wanted to decorate her car with more than just the typical reindeer nose and antlers, so she put an actual lit Christmas tree on top of her car. How great is that? Thank you so much, guys, for sending that over to us. If you would like to share your holiday photos with us, please do. We'd love to see them, and we're showing them every day between now and Friday. Send those on over to weather@WTVO.com. Now, while most of the state line is just seeing some cloudy skies overhead, a good chunk of the area is actually seeing a little bit of rain. Now, this rain shouldn't last too much longer, as it's going to start to taper off here in the next couple of hours or so. However, the cloud cover will unfortunately stick with us through most of the evening. Before midnight rolls around, we should start seeing some gradual clearing by then. Most of the cloud cover should be out of the area by the middle of the night, and then that will leave us with a good mix of clouds and sunshine as we head into our Tuesday tomorrow. Conditions are expected to be dry for our Tuesday, but more cloud cover will be moving in before a system comes on through Wednesday morning, which will bring us a good chance for some rain, which will likely transition into a little bit of snow as we head on into Wednesday afternoon and evening. Now, if you're hoping to see the Great Conjunction tonight, as I mentioned, you might have to be a little bit patient with the cloud cover, but if you're willing to stay up just a little bit later, you should have no problem getting a good view of it. My only other advice is make sure you're looking in the southwestern sky and get away from as much light pollution as you can to get the best and brightest view of you. Get some good pictures of those. Please send those our way. Once again, weather@WTVO.com. As previously mentioned, today is the first official day of winter. That's when the sun's radiation shines directly over the Tropic of Capricorn. We see the maximum tilt here in the northern atmosphere, or the northern hemisphere, away from the sun, 23.5 degrees of tilt to be exact. So today was the shortest day of the year, only receiving 9 hours, 5 minutes, and 10 seconds of daylight. Every day from here until the summer solstice in June will get longer. Now tonight, temperatures will drop into the mid-20s with a lot of that wind dying down through the night, but that breeze will return for tomorrow. Temperatures just a little bit cooler in the lower to middle 40s. As I mentioned, good mix of clouds and sunshine. We see 40s return for one more day on Wednesday. It could possibly even near 50 degrees in several areas throughout the state line before a big cool down comes on through, bringing temperatures down to the teens for Christmas Eve and the 20s for Christmas Day. Eric?
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lepper.
If ever there was a roller coaster of an NFL season, it's the one the Bears have been on. From a 5-1 start to a disastrous 6-game stretch, and now suddenly new hope after back-to-back wins. So who are the real Bears? Well, no one knows. We do know they have improved in recent weeks, first by playing to their strengths instead of trying to be cute. They're feeding the football to David Montgomery. They're rolling Mitchell Trubisky out of the pocket to get him more comfortable, and also letting Trubisky run with the ball some more. That needs to be a featured weapon in this offense as long as Trubisky knows when to slide down. The offensive line has certainly improved immensely from a month ago with the insertion of Sam Mustipher and Alex Barr. And yesterday, we didn't see the holding penalties and other mistakes we've seen derail so many Bears drives in the past. This team has gotten better, but can it play with and beat the big boys? Can it squeak into the playoffs? Has the coaching staff finally found the right formula? That's all still to be determined. Well, there is excitement for Fighting Illini fans over the hiring of Bret Bielema as the head football coach. His introductory press conference was held today over Zoom. My first choice for the next coach was Cincinnati's Luke Fickell, but Bielema was a close second. He has proven he can win in the Big Ten when he was at Wisconsin, 3 Big Ten championships up in Madison. He's learned from some great coaches, including Hayden Fry, Barry Alvarez, and Bill Belichick. And most of all, he is an Illinois native. He's not likely to bolt for the next coaching job that comes along. In fact, the only job he might leave for would be the Iowa job if that ever opened up, because that's his alma mater. Bielema will put down roots in Champaign. He is committed, he says, to recruiting this state heavily and establishing relationships with high school coaches. He commands authority when he is in the room. It's tough for any coach to win and sustain success in Champaign, but Bielema, I believe, has a shot to do that. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Let's have a look at our first warning interactive radar, sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and more. A little bit of rain coming through the state line. Rockford remains dry for the time being. That rain will move out of here in the next couple of hours. Then we're looking at some cloud cover gradually clearing through the night, leaving us with a good bit of sunshine tomorrow. Temperatures back in the lower to middle 40s, upper 40s for Wednesday, with a good bit of rain transitioning into some snow for the latter part of the day. Then temperatures plummeting down to the teens for Christmas Eve on Thursday, 20s for highs on Christmas Day.
Thank you, Kevin. As we end our show tonight, we leave you with a taste of our Sounds of the Holidays Best of special from 2019. Here's Byron High School with Carol of the Bells. Stay safe.
Seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air, all on the ground, raising the sound, o'er hill and dale, tell the return. Gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong dong, ding dong, ding ding ding, ding dong, ding ding dong, ding ding. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all sing the same. Bells away. Christmas is here, bring good cheer to every home. Don't get the cold, ding dong ding dong. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling